Hello happy souls, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. Welcome to all my new subscribers. It's so exciting. I'm so grateful to you guys. The support I've received in recent weeks has been so overwhelmingly beautiful. It has moved me to the very core. I'm so happy to be here supporting this community. You have to excuse me, I'm literally wrapped up in a blanket because England is so cold. Okay. So, I know my last reading was very triggering. I did give you a trigger warning. I didn't. My guides told me before I even started, they said, this one's going to sting. Make sure you offer a trigger warning. But today, I thought we'd do something a bit more gentle. So, we're going to get some channeled messages from your person. If you haven't watched the last video, it's called Why Are You Not in Union with Your Person, and there's some hard truths in there. So if you want to face the truth and do some healing, then go and check that video out. But if you're very sensitive and you're not ready to face your own judgment, don't bother. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. Right, so what are the channeled messages from your person? I'm going to move the piles around so that you can see them. We've got the Ethereal Tarot with selenite. We have got the illest Tarot with mangano calcite. We have got the Ophidia Rose Tarot with a piece of amazonite. And we have the beautiful Moonchild Tarot by Danielle Noel with a black shimmer moonstone. So, pause the video, douse if you want, pick your pile. Let's do this. Actually, let me just put my phone on Do Not Disturb, because last time that interrupted my video. It was a real ball ache. Okay. So, let's do this. Pile stamps are in the description box below. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, part one. You have picked the Ethereal Tarot with selenite. And whilst I'm shuffling, just to remind you, you can book with me a private reading online through my website, happysouls1111.com. You can find me on Instagram at happysouls1111. I'm announcing the dates for my retreat near Stonehenge next year in June. If you're interested in that, keep an eye on my channel, hit the subscribe button and you'll get the update. If you're in my Facebook group, you will get first dabs on booking, because I will announce it there after I've announced it in my student group. My student group gets first hits, but there's only 20 places. And, this goes out to, 15,000 subscribers now. Oh, my God. So if you're interested in joining us for a twin flame retreat, then keep an eye on my channel, because that announcement is coming soon. And, of course, I've got all of my classes rolling from January. We've got twin flame healing. We have got the tarot class and mediumship for beginners, which is my favourite class. Love doing that one. It's such a healing experience to connect with your guides. And my student community is so wonderful. It really is. We carry on working together long after class is over. Once you've been a student, you stay a student. You get discounts on my future classes too. It's such a lovely community. And I don't know if this video that I'm recording now will go out before the other one, but I did some channeling with K-Moon, the twin flame astrologer, today. So there's a video coming your way if it's not posted already. It will come shortly after this one. Check that out. It's got loads of information about twin flame healing and ascension symptoms. Okay, let's do this. Part one. What are the messages from your person? Had a really good shuffle. Oh, I've got 3 of Swords, the Magician, the Page of Wands, Temperance in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, the 8 of Swords, King of Pentacles in reverse. Temperance in reverse is clarified by the Queen of Wands. I'm going to use some oracle cards as well. I've got the Magical Herb Oracle. This is a gift from Mary. Thank you so much, Mary. You're such a sweet treat. So we're going to get some of these out as well. And we're also going to use some of Made for Love's Emotional Intelligent cards. I'll put a link to those in the description box below. Look at this big fat deck. This is Made for Love's deck, the Emotional Intelligence card. They've only got one word on them, but they're very, very useful. I love these. Thank you, Made for Love. She is such a legend. If you've not checked out her channel, please do. She's an amazing reader. So we've got anxious, avoidant, material world, and aggressive, annoyed, suspicious, proud, apathetic, and lazy. So what does this person want you to know? I mean, they're in a lot of pain. I'm going to clarify for this Three of Swords. What's hurting them? They have no strength right now. Their pride is wounded. We've got proud here. Their pride is wounded. They're in a lot of pain. They are emotionally out of control and overwrought with this King of Cups energy here. This person is feeling very unbalanced and they want to manifest a new beginning with you, but they are suffering with so much anxiety, and we've got anxious and anxious avoidant over here. I feel like they're trapped by their own intrusive thoughts. You know, the Eight of Swords, you can see she's blindfolded, she's tied up, you know, but she's not really that trapped. She could release herself at any moment, and this is avoiding their anxiety symptoms, avoiding the pain they're in, being too proud to confront the issues they're going through. So they're in a period of inner reflection and deep reevaluation. I feel like they do want to message you and come forward, but they are very focused right now on the past. They're feeling very unworthy. This person's probably having major issues in their material world with their career. And they're very out of balance. I feel this person may actually be a little bit embarrassed because they're also out of balance in their sexuality. Not to say they're questioning their sexuality, but just that they're not. Perhaps this anxiety creates a lot of performance issues for them. And they just don't feel their best self. They're feeling very disempowered. I'm feeling also that they really want to make a fresh start. They feel very frustrated because they know they need to start over. They know they need to start repairing how things are going with work. They know that they need to learn to self-soothe, because I feel like they've lost so much control of their emotions that they're in a state of anxiety which makes them a bit needy, and they don't like that feeling. It makes them feel very vulnerable. So this person isn't very good at reaching out for support. They're annoyed and suspicious, and I feel like this is because they've been watching you and they may think that you're seeing someone else. I feel like you've perhaps not been communicating so much with this person, and they feel like that's probably because you're seeing someone else, and they're pretty annoyed about that. I feel for the most part this person is in so much pain that they're almost numb to their feelings. I feel like they swing to the negative extreme of the spectrum, but don't move too close to balance. They're more likely, we've got apathetic and lazy here, and I feel this is what this worthiness issue is. This person knows they need to resolve issues in their life, and they don't feel empowered to do so, and there's just this numbness, this apathy, and even though they're not lazy, they're struggling quite clearly with mental health concerns right now, serious anxiety, and avoiding that anxiety. But this could make them pretty angry. We've got annoyed and aggressive down here for both of them. So this person is probably very avoidant and detached. Their pride is wounded. I feel like this person, normally with this King of Cups energy, this Scorpio energy, that's very emotionally balanced, strong, controlled, emotionally controlled. And I feel like this is what's hurt their pride. is that they don't like being emotionally unstable and out of control. They feel so disempowered. So this person's in quite a difficult place. And you needed to know this, because they've probably not been very communicative. So let's see how they're feeling about you. What message do they have about you specifically? Six of Cups, they know that you're their soulmate. Three of Wands, that you are their fulfillment. They can't come forward right now. Two of Wands, Seven of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. This is really beautiful. So this person knows that you are soulmates, but they have a lot of inner child wounds that they need to deal with right now, and this is stopping them from making decisions regards moving towards fulfillment with you. And they've got their barriers up, and they want you to know that that's not because of you, it's because they need to protect themselves, and because they know they can't offer you what you need and want right now, and they know that you deserve more. And even if that means risking you finding someone else, which really annoys them and upsets them, but they feel powerless to come and claim you for their own. Their ego won't let them, because they don't want you to see them or experience them in the way they are currently existing. They'd love to come forward and make a romantic offer, because they know that you're the one. They have so much love for you. They're overflowing with love for you. And I feel like you've triggered an awakening in them. But they're still processing that, and they're still integrating that. For them, because there's been so much resistance, it's culminated as a dark night of the soul. And so they don't feel able to come forward and make an offer however much they would like to. So this person is very nostalgic for you. They spend a lot of time thinking about the really light-hearted, more casual times before things got so dark for them and so difficult between you. They feel really bad that they've almost fended you off, and it's not what they wanted to do, and they know you've perceived this as rejection, and they hold a lot of guilt and shame about this. They're really in a lot of pain about this. So let's get some romance oracle cards for you as well. So this person really does care. They know you've got a soul deep connection, but they can't come towards you right now for that fulfillment. They're just not in that place where they're able to do that. They're trying to resolve their own heartache, their own pain, and certainly their material circumstances, which are less than ideal for them at the moment. And I know you think that doesn't matter, but it really matters to them. They're very proud, very, very proud. They're in very distorted emotional energy. So retreat, they need to disconnect from the world. It's not personal. They really want you to wait for them, and they're saying, it's going to be worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in this connection right now. There's a lot of family issues that they're contending with that they need to work through, and again, inner child wounds came up, and I feel like they're starting to look at their parents now and trying to assess what kind of negative programming they've taken on from those relationships that they need to shift. So I do feel this person is developing an awareness of what needs to be healed, but they're not able to see the full picture yet, and they're certainly not being accountable for their own behaviours. They're still projecting it outwards onto family members, but that's still helping them make progress. They're very passionate about you, and they would like to offer you commitment. Again, we've got the soulmate card here. This is what they're waiting for. They're waiting to be in a place of greater stability in all senses of the word, emotionally, mentally, and materially. They need to bring things into balance so that they can come forward and give you what they want. It says here, let your friends help you, but I feel like they won't accept support from others. They're anxious, avoidant, they're suspicious, they're annoyed, they're apathetic, they're retreating. I feel like they've disconnected from the world, and they don't want you to help them, even though you think you can. We've got very soon, and I feel like this person is going to reach out to you. It may not be a tangible, concrete offer, but I feel like you're going to hear from them soon because they're struggling. I feel like the distance between you really hurts them, and they know it hurts you more. They, as I said, they carry a lot of guilt and shame, but they want to come forward very soon to at least check in, let you know they're okay, and to just remind you they're still there. And they just want to know also if you're waiting for them or not, because they're so suspicious. I feel like this person follows you online and checks up with you online. You know, they're always looking to see if you've moved on. I think that's one of their biggest fears, that, you know, whilst they're trying to sort their world out, you're moving on to someone better in their eyes, and that you might not wait around. So I really hope that helped you, Pile 1. There's a sad energies from your person. Really sad. Hopefully they feel better soon. Okay, so please do come and check me out on my website, happysouls1111. And if you need help, happysouls1111.com. If you need support on this journey, you can check out my Facebook group. There is a link to that in my description box. There's lots of happy souls there waiting to help you. Okay, part 2. Channeled messages from your person. And while I'm shuffling, please do remember to check out my website. It's happysouls1111.com. You can book a private reading with me there, amongst other services. I run classes, healing treatments, all kinds of stuff. You can go and have a nose, have a look around. And I am announcing my retreat date soon. I'm doing a twin flame retreat next year near Stonehenge in June. So there's only 20 places. I will be announcing it to my student group first, then my Facebook group, and then I will announce it on YouTube. So if you want a place, snap it up fast. There will be an option to pay in instalments, because it's not happening till next June. But keep your eyes peeled. If you're interested in that and you don't already subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon next to it, and then you'll get a notification as soon as I post about that. Okay, what does your person want to say to you? What's going on for them? We've got the 9 of Cups, got the 9 of Swords in reverse, Temperance in reverse, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have got the 8 of Swords in reverse, the Devil, the 10 of Cups, and the Page of Swords. I'm going to use some of the Magical Herb Oracle. These were a gift from Mary. Thank you, Mary. If you guys want to send me a deck of tarot cards to help keep my readings fresh, you can find my Amazon wish list in the description box. I do appreciate all of the decks you donate. It's like Christmas come all at once. It's such a special treat. Thank you, Mary. These are lovely. So we've got protection, harmony, and healing. We are also going to use the Emotional Intelligence Oracle deck, which is the creation of another twin flame reader on YouTube called Made for Love. You can find a link to her website where you can buy these in the description box below. And do check out her YouTube channel. She's an incredible reader. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here. Trapped. Trapped and free. Isn't that crazy? What a contradiction. Numb. And scared. Void. Repulsed. Solution oriented. And vengeful. So this person is definitely on their healing path. I mean, there are dramatic improvements in this person's energy. You know, they are moving into a much more balanced emotional state. They are releasing or have released some really negative communication patterns, particularly when it comes to how they communicate with self. They're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they've released a lot of negative, very limiting self-beliefs. They're releasing a tremendous amount of anxiety as well that may have been associated with addiction and really unhealthy obsessions. Now, addiction can be related to people, work, substances, circumstances, but they're letting that go. They are still in this distorted love energy, and I feel like this person still vacillates between feeling better and then slipping back slightly. And we all know healing's like that. You know, 1 minute you can feel really good and it's like 4 steps forward, 1 step back. And I feel like this is where this person's at. But they have their eye on union now. They're still out of balance. They still need to fill their own cup and to bring themselves back into full balance. But they are on their way. Now, I do feel like this person has been very intimidated by the spiritual conversations you've had. I'm feeling this is where this repulsed energy is coming in. And you mustn't take that personally, okay? It's not repulsed by you. It's just by the idea of being some spiritual being. They're not comfortable with that idea. And we've got this trapped and free. And as I said, that's a contradiction. But I feel like they feel trapped by this spiritual concept of this eternal flame of being, you know, eternally tied to one person, not because they don't love you or because you don't care, but because that makes them feel out of control and exceptionally vulnerable. I feel like this is why they're not communicating with you as well. They're still trying to wrap their heads down around this kind of spiritual idea. They're very scared, and I feel like, you know, this numb card refers to their way of coping with it. So if this person's been very avoidant, very detached, very silent, you know, that they're going to be, you know, it's almost like they're able to block out the triggers, block out the feelings, because it's so scary. And we've, you know, as well as numb, we've got void over here. I feel like this person with this devil card sometimes slipped into this black hole, whatever this obsession, addiction or unhealthy behavioural patterns that they are still clinging onto. They're releasing themselves from it, but still clinging onto. That healing process isn't complete, that they just slip into this void. But as I said, it's like that right now they vacillate between healing, creating more harmony and being solution oriented, and then they slip back. This person, you know, is quite vengeful, I feel. You know, they're very jealous, I think. I feel like they get very jealous, not necessarily of you, but perhaps of how they perceive things are going for you. And their heart is blocked and protected. It's like there's a padlock on their heart right now. As I said, this person's very good at blocking emotions and triggers. And this whole idea of a soulmate, eternal flame, you know, just being so deeply connected to someone makes them feel very vulnerable and out of control. So I feel like 1 minute this person is wanting union, thinking about how to move forward, and the next minute they're sliding back into this distorted devil energy and, you know, not knowing their arse from their elbow. So this is someone who's very conflicted, very confused, feels trapped within their own anxiety also, is desperate to free themselves from this void and is trying to do that. As I said, they've definitely reached a place of greater emotional stability and they are generally more helpful, but they're not really in a good place with this right now. So what do they want to say to you specifically? Stay optimistic. I know it doesn't look hopeful. Look, we've got hopeless. I know it looks hopeless. Yeah, but they don't want to burden you right now. They're dealing with their shadow self. They just want to make you happy and they know they can't do that. That makes them feel very guilty. They feel like fools for setting you free because they worry every day that you're going to meet somebody else. And, you know, they really are dealing with this depression, but we've got optimistic and hope coming out as the final messages here. You know, this person wants you to know that there is hope. At least they're wondering if you're going to hold on, not the other way round. So, you know, that they need to know, they need you to know that this withdrawal from life, this void that they slip into you isn't your fault. That they just don't know who they are at the moment or who they need to be. They're very paranoid about you meeting someone else. They're uncertain if you're actually going to hang around and wait for them. They're disappointed in themselves for not having stepped up to the plate. And I feel like they've used you as an emotional crutch and that really shames them. You've been such a beautiful, cheerful, supportive presence in their lives. They're so thankful for that. and they really regret being so confrontational with you, but they needed to push you away. And as I say, confrontational, that's the card that's come up. We've got aggressive and confrontational here. So this person, you know, they've probably pushed you away in quite a brutal manner. I mean, they swing between feeling bitter and vengeful. It could be that there was another person involved. Either way, they're intrigued about what you're up to and frustrated that they can't know about that. And they know it's their own emotional unavailability that has created these problems for you and for you both and within your connection. But they don't know how to make you happy right now. They know they need to make themselves happy first, and they're haunted by the problems they have. And they know this is self-sabotage. They're really shocked that you've had the strength to pull back and stay back, but they're happy that you're motivated to heal yourself and that you're trusting yourself to give yourself what you need. You know, they know they've been dismissive and avoidant. It really hurts them to know they've hurt you, but they admire you so much. They're so impressed by your strength. I'm going to get another couple of tarot cards. They're so impressed by your strength. But they don't know how to work this out at the moment, part 2. They are suspended and unable to see a brighter perspective most of the time, and they don't know how to invest and to make things better. So whilst they're trying to be solution oriented and they've got their eyes on the end goal, they just don't know how to get there. So I really hope this reading was helpful for you, part 2. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do that through my website at happysouls1111.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at happysouls1111, where I do lots of mini reads. You can check out my Facebook group if you need some support on this journey. That's the best way to get it. I do comment there. I'm fairly active over there. I can't reply to all of your emails personally. I do get so many, but I am fairly active in the Facebook group if you need some guidance. And if I'm not available, then my students are in there, and so many lovely happy souls that would be delighted to extend their friendship and love and help you over there. So I will see you next time. Lots and lots of love. Okay. Let's do this. Path 3, the Ophidia Rose Tarot with a Masonite. What does your person want to say? What are the messages from your person? I don't work with reversals in this deck. If they come out reversed, I will turn them upright again. What does your person want to say to you? Again, a channeled message from your person. And whilst I'm shuffling, do check out my website, happysouls1111.com. You can book private readings with me there. Past life regression, quantum healing, hypnosis. You can find my classes in tarot, mediumship, or twin healing. And I'm also announcing my 2020 June 2020 Twin Flame Retreat. It's being held near Stonehenge. We are going together to Stonehenge. There's only 20 places, so watch this space if that's of interest to you. Okay, what did your person want to know? Want you to know even. Knight of Wands, 3 of Swords, the Hermit, the Ace of Wands, the King of Swords, the Page of Cups, the 6 of Wands, and the King of Cups. We're going to use some oracle cards as well. This is the Magical Herb Oracle, a gift from Mary. Thank you, Mary. If you guys would like to treat me to a tarot deck to help keep my readings fresh, I appreciate all donations, but tarot decks are particularly lovely. And you can find my Amazon wishlist in the description box below. You can PayPal me if you prefer, but I do love to receive a deck. But every donation is gratefully received and helps to keep my channel going. Okay. We've got Flow, Focus and Desire. We're also going to get some cards from Made for Love's Oracle deck. This is called the Emotional Intelligence deck. You can buy it on her website. Made for Love is also a YouTube tarot reader. So I'll put a link to her in the description box below so you can buy these babies. They're fabulous. We've got Safe, Greed, Remorseful, Annoyed, Proud, desperate, isolated, and powerless. I feel like this person has got a karmic partner, and I don't think you two are necessarily out of contact. I feel like there's a lot of player energy with this person. I think they've been very action oriented as far as the jiggy, as I call it. I think as far as like, you know, coming forward with lots of flirty, sexy fun, and they are communicating at a higher intellectual level, but they're not letting their emotions go. And I feel like you get really angry with this person for not being more diligent and keeping in contact, and, you know, for sometimes isolating you and stepping back from the connection. But they're really trapped in this very painful three-way situation, which inhibits them from coming forward in the way they would like. Now, this person feels pretty desperate and powerless. And you know, that they need a period of time alone to figure out the situation and the dynamic that they are in, particularly with the karmic partner. I mean, there is a tremendous amount of sexual energy for you here, and I feel like they work really hard to hold back on that, because they know that you need more than that, and they want you to feel safe and satisfied with what they have to bring forward. I mean, their emotions run deep for you with this King of Cups energy. There's a tremendous amount of desire here. I mean, King of Cups is Scorpio also, which is the sexiest sign in the zodiac. And we've got that Ace of Wands there. They're aware this is a beautiful spiritual connection, and they want that new beginning with you. Now, this person's a bit proud to admit that they've failed in the current relationship they're in, and they don't want to create hurt. They don't want to hurt the person they're with. They don't want to hurt you, and they feel really trapped and really annoyed with themselves for, you know, allowing this situation to have got so far out of hand. They feel greedy and just disappointed in themselves, but they are desperate to make amends to you, and they want you to feel safe and loved and cherished, but this is something that they cannot offer you right now. They first need a period of solitude to bring themselves back into balance. And I feel like they want to have a really firm word with themselves, because they know that the way things have been the way they've been operating things in their lives is completely out of balance with the truth of who they are. I don't think this person ever anticipated that they would cheat on anybody. And, you know, that this love triangle they've created, they're very remorseful for the pain they're causing. I feel like they're really proud of you for how easily and naturally you've flowed with this. And I know you think you probably haven't, but I think they feel you've been very dignified and graceful under the circumstances. They're trying hard not to focus on, you know, the pain that they're creating, but I feel that haunts them, that it kind of eats away at them. They want to bring this back into balance and bring things back into control, but I feel like this person doesn't know how to do that. This is a battle between heart and mind with this King of Swords and King of Cups. I feel like on the one hand, you know, they feel like they need to step back from the connection, resolve things in their third party situation, and on the other hand, they feel like they just can't do that. They can't leave you out in the cold. They can't do that, but they feel powerless right now to create any kind of change, is what I'm hearing. That feeling of powerlessness has come up for all piles, to be honest with you. I feel like this person is actually a lot more balanced in themselves. As desperate and remorseful as they feel, you know, they're quite strong and level-headed in many ways. They have a great reserve of emotional strength. But honestly, this person's desire for you is strong. They are on fire. In fact, there's a lot of fire energy in this reading. This person could be a Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. Likewise, I mean, we've got a good mix of signs here. We've got the water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. We've got the King of Swords here, which is Libra, Gemini or Aquarius. there's not a lot of earth, but I feel like this person, you know, they're very remorseful about what's happening here. Right, let's get some more. What do they want to say to you specifically? The thought of not being with you makes them feel empty. They admire everything so much. You make them feel euphoric about life. They love that you're so cheerful and warm. I feel like you do sometimes behave like a victim in this, and they appreciate that you are. But, you know, when you're dismissive and avoidant, we've got avoidant twice there, even though you think you're being contemplative, you know, and you're just taking that time to reflect, they're seeing it as this kind of game playing victim mentality. You've hurt me, and this triggers them really hard. They want you to know that they understand you're angry with them and that they're not giving you what you want, but, you know, this emotional outpouring, and it's kind of bordering on manipulative, is really hard for them to deal with. It makes more of a burden of this situation and distorts the love and satisfaction that can exist between you. And I feel really cheeky saying that, because it's them that's being reckless, and it's them that's otherwise involved, and it's them that's not behaving with integrity. So, you know, I'm just telling you how they feel. They know you're angry, but they want you to focus on just being joyful when you have time together. And they wish they could be more emotionally available for you. They know this is frustrating, it is for them too. But they are kind of helpless. There's something keeping them attached to their situation with the karmic. I feel like the person they're with is pretty aggressive. I feel like the person they're with shames them, especially because they might have family. You know, family together. They might have a lot of responsibilities, but there's no romance in that connection. And, you know, despite this, and it may sound foolish, but they're not ready to assert themselves and leave. And a lot of this is to do with their pride, because they know they've been untrustworthy, and they don't want to show themselves up for what they really are. So a lot of this is about them coming to terms with the truth of who they are, which, let's face it, they're a cheat. It doesn't matter if they love you, or if you're their soulmate or their twin flame, or, you know, they've not behaved or operated from a point of integrity. They are obsessed with you, and they're hopeless without you. But sometimes these periods of silence bring them a lot of relief. They've got a lot of inner child wounding that they need to focus on, that creates this very fearful, avoidant behaviour. So, you know, they really are in a quandary, and they know you're bitter about it. They don't blame you for being bitter. They know it's, you know, this creates a lot of confrontation between you, and they're so remorseful. They're so remorseful, but likewise, I feel like they can't face the confrontation within their own family unit. This person feels stuck between a rock and a hard place. The person they're with is very jealous, and this disempowers them, and it makes it even harder. I feel like this person they're with is very emotionally manipulative. They're kind of power hungry. They might be kind of with this person just because they're wealthy or stable, or they need them as a provider. There's a feeling of dissatisfaction in their karmic connection, and they understand that for you it doesn't make sense that they would stay with this person. But, you know, karma's weird like that. Even though things may be toxic, you get magnetized back, because there's lessons there that they aren't learning. And even though you might be able to see what those lessons are, you may be able to process it and integrate it, they have not yet arrived at the place where they can do that. So this person cares about you very much, but they can't be around in the way you want them to be. So you need to make some healthy decisions for yourself. Pile 3. Yeah, because it doesn't, I mean, they're saying they love you, but they're also asking for time to resolve their situation. Okay, pile 4. See what we've got for you. So whilst I'm shuffling pile 4, do check out my website if you want a private reading with me. It's happysouls1111.com. I'm holding a retreat, a twin flame retreat next year. It's going to be in June 2020. I've not announced it yet. That will be going live for sale this weekend. It will be announced to my student group first, then my Facebook group, and then I'll bring it over to YouTube. There's only 20 spaces. So if you would like to book a space, grab one before they all sell out. I'm so excited. I'll be taking you guys to Stonehenge. We'll be doing lots of healing together. It's just so exciting. I'm so excited to meet you all. Okay, so let's do this part 4. What's the channeled message from your person? We've got the Sun. We've got the Devil. We've got the High Priestess. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Sorry, High Priestess also in reverse. Justice in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Swords. And the Nine of Swords in reverse. I'm going to use the Magical Herb Oracle. These were a gift from Mary. Thank you, Mary. If you guys would like to express your gratitude for the free videos I supply to support the collective, it's always lovely to receive a tarot deck from you. You can find my Amazon wish list in the description box below. I appreciate all these gifts so much. It does help to keep my readings fresh. So we've got Open, Awakening, and Stimulate. Beautiful. Let's see what we've got. This is the Made for Love Oracle called Emotional Intelligence. You can now buy this through her website. Made for Love is also another YouTube reader. There is a link for her below, so go and check her out. Stalemate energy. Inventive, independent, and strong. Desperate, frustrated, greed, and safe. This person's very out of balance. They are very unhappy in their personal situation. This person, I feel, is dealing with some kind of substance abuse problem. This stops them coming forward because it's, I mean, they're so out of balance right now. You know, with that Sun energy as well, there's some kind of truth in their personal circumstances that hasn't yet been illuminated. They're not learning the lessons that are being presented. They're not seeing the truth of how they need to move forward. There's a lot of confusion for this person. They feel stuck. I do feel like they may have recently left a relationship and they're still releasing a lot of pain, a lot of grief for that. And this is possibly why they've resorted to drinking, taking drugs, engaging in very distracting behaviours. And they're avoiding a lot of inner child wounds. I feel like the breakdown of this relationship they've been in has created a tremendous amount of pain for them. Now, I feel like this person also rejects the spiritual nature of your connection, and they try and, you know, keep the conversation somewhat pragmatic. This is something that really triggers them, and I honestly think this person has kind of past life connections past life experiences where they were persecuted as a result of their spiritual beliefs. This is a shadow aspect of self that they haven't yet processed, and they're not ready to take on board the spiritual nature of this connection. They're in distorted love energy anyway, so it's probably not appropriate to bring this stuff up for them at the moment. I do feel like this person's possibly in a dark night of the soul, and we have got awakening here, so they're certainly beginning to question the spiritual nature of this connection. But I'm hearing that it makes them feel pretty afraid. Now, they are open to growth, they're open to your connection, but they're in a desperate situation right now and just need a bit of time. We've got independence over here. They need to gather their strength. They need to, they need to work through the energy that they're currently in. I feel like their ex is pretty vengeful, and, you know, they're uncertain about how a relationship with you at this stage is going to create more drama for them, and they just want you to be safe. They don't want to bring you into this kind of toxic mix that they've created for themselves. So I really feel like this person has withdrawn from all kinds of relationships just because they're in such a desperate place. And I know they know you are frustrated with them, but it's like they need to get this out of their system. It's like they need to let their hair down and just have a bit of a blowout and just kind of work through it, they're not seeing how they can bring themselves back into balance. As I said, there's some kind of truth that hasn't been illuminated here. And I feel like they're aware you're getting pretty frustrated and impatient with the stale kind of energy, the lack of movement in your connection. This person is really triggered. And I feel like you really do trigger all of their deepest, darkest wounds. I feel like they were previously a fairly confident, assertive person. They felt pretty satisfied with who they are. And this projection of kind of the wounded self that your soulmate mirror has shined upon them has created, feelings of massive worthlessness. And they're not yet able to see that this is a gift or an opportunity for their growth and expansion. They really do love how compassionate and caring you are. They're shocked that you still hang around because they feel like they've sabotaged this connection from the inside out, and they're so angry with themselves for not having treated you more respectfully. And they know you're quite bitter about this, but they feel helpless to resolve that right now because they're in such a bad place. They're really powerless to come forward, and they're feeling pretty isolated. They want to lean on you, but they know that's wrong. There's a lot of pride there, and they're pretty afraid of, what's going to happen if they withdraw from you for too long. So this person does care about you a lot. They're curious as to what you're up to. I feel like they check in on you. They worry if you're okay, and they feel guilty about that. They're worried if they approach you that you're going to be pretty angry and confrontational. And again, I feel like this person is dealing with a very suspicious, crazy ex and toxic karmic, and they don't want to bring that kind of unhappiness into your situation. And they just feel hopeless, and they don't know what their purpose is. They're obsessed with and massively in lust with you as well. I feel like this person definitely follows you on social media. They get a bit annoyed when they think that you might be out there seeing other guys. That doesn't it doesn't please them. But they know you're impatient for things to move forward. But they're just so emotionally detached, not just from you, from themselves. They're so tangled up with this neurotic ex. This makes them really defensive, but there you go, we've got stalker mode. They are watching you. They just want to please you, but they're heartbroken right now, and they don't have any room in their heart. They're too embarrassed to talk to you about how rough they're feeling, the substance abuse problems they're having. They just feel very hopeless and sad. And they need to feel empowered before they can come forward for you. They're not in that place yet. So we've got Temperance in reverse. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and Shadow Work. So they desperately want that new beginning with you, but they need to bring themselves back into balance and to face their own shadows. They're just beginning to trust their intuition, even though that this spiritual stuff terrifies them. I do feel like they'll be coming forward with some kind of messages, but they're not able to discuss the truth in a mature way yet. They're still suspended in this state of chaos and sadness. They're not able to make a decision about you yet. But they want you to know it's not over, that they're just healing right now. And they know that they're your divine counterpart. We've got the Emperor card there. They really want to bring things back into control, back into balance and harmony, but their barriers are up right now. They're going through their Tower moment. They're not able to make any decisions. They just need to resolve that healing. And I feel like that blocks them from having an intelligent conversation, but they are working at it. So, Heart-4, this person cares about you a lot, but they are in a rough place. They're dealing with a crazy ex, and you just need to hang back, trust that they're going to come forward, and focus on yourself in the interim. I really hope that helps. So sending you lots and lots of love. You can book a private website with me on my website, happysouls1111.com. Do check out my channel later on. I'll be posting a channeled, well, myself and K Moon, the Twin Flame Astrologer, channeled our guys earlier to get some information about Twin Flame Ascension symptoms and all kinds of other cool stuff. I hope you enjoy that. I'll be posting it later on. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. So lots of love. See you soon. Bye.